Good morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Ethereum, Bitcoin to rise back. We got to look at these charts, see what's popping. I'm coming across some articles saying that Ether actually may rise. I think Ether's here to stay. Whether you like it or not, whether it moves faster than Bitcoin or not, it's here to stay. And we'll be talking about its trajectory. FTX exchange, you know that we have a bit of these FTT tokens purely on speculation there on our virtual portfolio. And I came across an article as to what they're doing over there. They're letting people bid on the presidential election. So we're going to look deeper into that in just a moment. And another article that Bitcoin could rise back to 10,300 by the weekend. Okay, so let's see if that's true or not. As the rest of the boomers tune in, we got six concurrent viewers. Rafterman's here, Niagara Gardener's here. Guys, drop a comment here in the population of the chat box. Let me know that you're out there booming with the best of them. Niagara Gardener's got those ETH bags packed. Indeed. Now this goal that many have of getting 31 ETH, I don't know if they're actually going to do it or not, but I know some of our boomer bros are stacking and packing, trying to get those 31. Right now it's all promises to me. I've heard Casper, I've heard sharding, I've heard plasma, I've heard all these promises for an Ether upgrade, but we've yet to see anything. All of that being said, it's still number 2 crypto in the game. It has a first mover advantage as far as the smart contracts. It has a strong brand name. And let's be honest, the Ethereum name is pretty fire. Okay, that name is it's Ether. Okay, it's straight up Ether. Okay, kaboom. So the name brand is pretty strong if you ask me personally. Now, as far as the technicals, we all know trying to upgrade this machine here, this virtual machine, is like changing an engine on a moving car. So says the creator of Steem, BitShares, and EOS, Dan Larimer. So let's see. I'm still an EOS fanatic. Well, I'm not going to say fanatic, but a supporter at least. Tezos is looking strong. We got a little Tezos there in the baggies. Now, Tezos is already staking and baking is what they're calling it. So, how's that going to impact the market? They're up and running. A lot of these coins, EOS, you can stake it, but it's more like a Rex contract type thing. It's like, it's like a workaround, I would say. This Rex is not built in from the beginning. But anyhow, you could stake somewhat on EOS, but it seems like the baking is pretty streamlined there on Tezos. And Tezos is presenting itself as a competitor to Ether, EOS, Cardano. Cardano's nothing but hopes and dreams at this moment. Testnet, everybody tells me testnet, it's working great, testnet. Guys, I don't need a bicycle with training wheels. Okay, I need the real thing. You can tell me how great your bicycle's working with the training wheels, but I don't care. It's like, you're telling me you got your training diapers on when you're talking about Cardano. It's like, oh, guys, I got my pull-up diapers on now. Guys, it's time to get potty trained and move on to be a big boy out there, Cardano and friends. Because I like Cardano, but, it's like they're still wearing diapers. Shout out to Niagara, Rafterman, and the rest of the boomers. Let's go ahead and check out the charts. Let me turn off these coins, share my screen. You can see Bitcoin leveling off there at 9,600. It looks like we might have found some support there above 94. I thought the support was closer to 98. But, anything above 9K, anything above 86 in my book is still bullish. I think we're still in a bullish trend. Now, we're in the middle of a pullback. But overall, this wedge is bullish, and we explained that yesterday. 96.85. On the bits. Let's check out the mathematics before we get into some of these headlines. As Amazon hits me up with these brave ads. Guys, I'm getting them left and right. Is the Brave browser the easiest no-risk way to earn crypto? I'm asking like an honest question here. I mean, obviously, I show the Brave browser because I get $5 and I use it. But, there's really no risk, right? I mean, what's the risk? I'm not sure if I've identified one. If you really want to go down the hole... And, if you're a publisher and you got a KYC with Uphold, I mean, I guess there's a risk with them holding your information. But, that's the same risk that you deal with most outfits. But anyhow, I mean, Brave browser, guys, just get it. I'm getting left and right ads. I have to duck them. They're being thrown at me like these lemons. Shout out to the boomers. Bitcoin 96.55. Market cap's at 281. You know, we were at 300 at one point, but I don't know what's going on now. It's, you know, lost a little weight, and I guess this is expected. Ups and downs. Bitcoin dominance at 62.6. Although we've pulled back a little bit, the Bitcoin dominance remains lower than it was before, which is a good sign. Ether at 263. Ether has room to grow. I think we've talked about this. All-time high for Ether is $1,400. We're less than $300. The difference between the all-time high and the current price leaves a lot of space for this coin to grow, if you ask me. Ripple at 28 cents. Bitcoin Cash at 389. That's another one that has a large difference from its all-time high and its current price. Satoshi Vision. Satoshi Vision. Wow. With this coin. I can't even believe it's still here. Let me skip it. Litecoin at $71. EOS at $435. Binance at $23. A steady riser. And then Tezos moving on up. Another 10, almost 11% at $317. Cardano at almost 6 cents. So right now, these smart contract platforms, EOS, Tezos, Ether, and Cardano, they're gonna tangle. They're gonna fight for a position here. Chainlink is moving up on the rankings now at number 12 at 430. Stellar at 7 cents. Monero 82. Tron at 2 cents. Guys, did you check out that Tron video? I linked yesterday to a Tron video between, actually two videos with Justin Sun. One with him streaming with Ned Scott, the gentleman that sold Steam It Incorporated to Sun, and they did about an hour stream explaining what they plan on doing next. And let it be clear, there's a difference between Steam It and the Steam blockchain. There was a bit of confusion. I did mislead with one of the headlines I did last week, so I changed that up and make it clear. Steam is not migrating to Tron. Rather, Steam It has been acquired by Justin Sun, which is the guy behind Tron. And let's see if they, fork or they convince the block producers to upgrade to Tron. We just don't know what's going to happen. But Steam is a decentralized platform composed of over 20 block producers, and you just can't, just decide to just come in and buy it all out. It doesn't work like that. So let's see. Either way, although there's some confusion and some people think that Sun is basically trying to confuse people into thinking that he bought the whole Steam blockchain. I know some people out there on Steam are feeling some type of way. I can see that, but ultimately, I'd rather Sun handle the controllers now than Ned Scott, because this guy Ned wasn't really doing much. So, that's how I look at it. And then I also linked to another Justin Sun video with him explaining the wisdom he gained from that lunch with Warren Buffett. And I thought that was interesting. And, whether you like him or not, I think he has an interesting story. This guy was born in 1990, and he just recently graduated college, I think just a few years ago. And look what he's done. Now, who's funding him or not, I have no idea. Nevertheless, I think the story is interesting. He talks about how he's been influenced by Warren Buffett and his business investments and dealings, and why he bid on that lunch. And, I found it interesting. A young gunner that's making movements. Now, I don't know if he's legit or not. I don't know if he's a commie or not. I don't know. But, the champ pays attention. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to our boomette, Lady Plants. Boom. Niagara Gardner can't monetize Brave in Canada. That's a shame. I didn't know that. How does that work? What's wrong with Canada? Trudeau became a little too socialist on you guys? What's going on? Is it, Canada is completely commie? It has to go through the main authorities out there? What's going on out there? I'm sorry to hear that, Niagara. Because to me, it's not a lot of crypto, honestly, because, it's $20 here, $30 there, but it is like the easiest, no risk way to get crypto, in my opinion. I haven't really identified any risk. You don't even got to buy anything or sign up. You just boom, boom, boom. You start earning. I'm looking for Coincide, will not be listening for a moment. Shout out to Rafterman. Yeah, shout out to you, Rafterman. He's not listening, but it's co-signed all day for Rafterman, our boomer bro here. And good morning to you. So that's what's going on out there, guys. Let's look at this article I came across on AMB Crypto. Hopefully it's not one of these funny bunny Fiverr articles, but this was published a few hours ago. Bitcoin could rise back to 10,350 before the weekend. Okay. This is out of AMB Crypto. Let me go ahead and plug it here, plug and play, give you the linkage in the chat box. And, this is still a possibility. Right now, a movement up or down is possible either way. Bitcoin Original Crypto has stolen the spotlight with incredibly bullish movements, touting 42% year-to-date rise. Bitcoin has a market value of $9,800 at the time of writing that article. Okay, let's see what they say here. What's the meat and potatoes? The $9,600 level has historically provided strong support to the original crypto, and with the 50 and 200-day moving averages converging into a golden cross soon, a bounce off seems likely, considering that on-balance volume indicator presented rising accumulation of Bitcoin since late January. It's unlikely Bitcoin will drop under the support level in the near future. Okay? Conclusion. Considering the position of the extended moving average ribbons, Bitcoin is likely to experience some downward price action, placing the crypto at the $9,600 level in the next couple of days. With strong support at this level, Bitcoin could pump back above 10,000, fueled by the incoming golden cross to possibly reach 10,350 by the end of the week. So there you go. There you go. I think this is a possibility. But, at the same time, it's a possibility we could, stay at the same price. Let's talk about FTX. You know that that we got this token in our community portfolio. I was attracted to FTT because it has a fairly high market cap considering, that's in the top 50 or the top 30. Comparing to the rest of the thousands of other cryptos. It's a derivatives exchange. You know how I feel about exchange tokens. I like them. And derivatives, whether you like them or not, are increasing in popularity in the crypto space, apparently. So FTX exchange has surged. Pent-up demand for presidential betting seems responsible. You see FTT rallied over the weekend. Most of the growth has been powered by a rallying starting at the beginning of the week. The token called FTT is the native token of the increasingly popular FTX crypto exchange, launched in the summer of 2019. The Hong Kong-based exchange introduced a new product in early January, enabling users to utilize its derivative coins to bet on upcoming U.S. presidential election. So there seems like they're kind of knocking off, they're creating a prediction market. It reminds me of Augur. Kaboom! Rafterman with the $2. Thank you, Rafterman. Yo, boomers, rock on, champ. I appreciate that, Rafterman. Thank you so much. Always throwing me $2. It's either Queen's Races or Rafterman that throws me a couple bucks. We haven't seen Queens in a while because he got a new job and he's not able to use his mobile devices much. I know he's listening to the replay. Shout out to you, Queens. And big shout out to Rafterman, always throwing me a couple ducats here in the bucket. Guys, follow Rafterman's lead. Show up to the party with a dollar or $5. Throw it in the bucket only if you're getting value. If you're not getting value and if the stream is garbage, I don't know why you're listening. But if you constantly listen and you're showing up to the party without a dollar, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Thank you so much, Rafterman. Kaboom. Thank you so much. So yeah, this FTX, check it out. Let me link. Did I link this? Yeah, I did. AMB, Crypto Briefing. Let me link you guys to this article as well. So this article that I'm just covering will be linked right here in the chat box. Boom, boom, boom. CryptoZilla just got the email a little late, but hey, I saw Queens over on the Twins channel one day. Okay, yeah, shout out to Queens. Rafterman says, lady, I'm delivering a load. I drive a truck. There you go. There you go. Shout out to my truck drivers. Defense of this support could send Ether on a massive rally. 200% rally, says News BTC. Look at this other article. Ether could pump. Ether has seen some incredibly bearish price action over the several days and weeks, with Bitcoin's recent break below 10,000. Has it really seen incredibly bearish price action over the past several days and weeks? I don't know if that's accurate. Is this guy a Fiverr guy? Now, analysts are noting that there is one critical support that bulls need to defend, and that a strong bounce at this level could catalyze an unprecedented parabolic rally that leads the crypto to surge towards $700, they're saying here. Ether retraces towards key support as bears begin gaining the upper hand. Let's see what Bitcoin Jack says. He says a pullback to 166 or 186 could not surprise him. Mid towards end of March should give some support. If that supports acts faithful, price could start clearing upwards towards 700 or higher in June or July. I mean, the way it's looking to me, I'll tell you this much. It looks like ETH may gain more weight than Bitcoin in the short term. It looks like ETH may gain more weight than Bitcoin in the short term. What do you think? Drop me a comment here as I'm getting more ads. I'm not lying to you guys. That's more bats that I'm getting left and right. Boom. So Bagsy over there on Twitter says, so far, support for Ether is holding well with a high volume reaction at the level. I think the worst case, we move down to retest the former range high, which should also provide some support. However, I'd like to see price hold current levels from here. So let's see. I mean, the possibility of us going down is still there, but it seems like for the coming weeks, both Bitcoin and Ether seem to be positioned for bullish action. So there you go. Feel the same. More reasons for ETH to go up with the DeFi and ETH 2.0. Yeah, and listen, I mean, I think Bitcoin is the leader. Obviously, it is what it is. But while everybody's chasing this halvening and all that, I mean, maybe just ETH goes up. It could easily go. What if it goes to not even 7? What if it goes to 500 and it doubles up on us? It could easily double up on us. And what if Bitcoin goes to 12 or 13 and Ether goes to 4 or 500? That's more gains for ETH than it is for bits. So, I mean, it's something to consider. Now, Niagara saying that ETH will hit 5,000 to 10,000 in the next year or two. I mean, we've never seen those prices. And you know how I feel about prices that we've never experienced before. I want to see Ether above $500 for the majority of the year. And that's not something that it's done yet. But all that being said, it certainly looks strong. ETH, I got to say, even with the problems it may have for its upgrade purely on speculation and its position right now, like I said, first mover advantage with the smart contracts, and don't sleep on the name brand. The Ether name brand is straight up fire. Okay. As a marketer, I'm here to tell you, Ethereum is fire just off the name. Whether it works or not, people remember the name. They remember the Ether. So, something to consider. Let's check out our portfolio and see how it's doing. It's just as long as it's above $9,700, I'll be happy. Let's check it out. Where is it? Let me pull it up on you guys. Looking strong. So here we at with our portfolio at $11,348. This is our virtual community portfolio. It's not real, but we're handling it like it is. It's $11,000. Again, to repeat to you guys, we started off with $9,200 when Bitcoin was worth $9,200 in an effort to outperform Bitcoin with an altcoin portfolio. Our altcoin portfolio, that's virtual, not real, currently consists of Binance, Crypto.com, FTX. We just talked about FTX. KuCoin, Monero, and Tezos. Now, my intent is to swap out KuCoin for Huobi, but I'm reminded that Huobi's hating on United States citizens. So I may not even deal with them even virtually. So let me know what you think about that. I saw an article about ETH has decoupled from BTC, says Lady Plants. Yeah, I've been hearing that, but I doubt it. I don't think anything's decoupled from BTC just yet. 500 is old news. Summer 2017. That's a 3-year-old price. Yeah, you're right, Niagara. But here's the thing. How long has ETH dominated above $500? That's the thing. The same thing with Bitcoin. You know, how long has Bitcoin dominated above 10,000? And those are two thresholds that I think we need to conquer for 2020 and beyond. Bitcoin with the $10,000 threshold, it needs to stay above 10K and conquer it. And Ether needs to stay above 500 and conquer it once and for all. And we still haven't seen that yet. I mean, you know, we certainly have visited those prices, but we haven't set up shop and created a homestead above those price lines. So there you go, guys. But although, you know, we're down, I think everything's good. This is an excellent week, in my opinion, to stab, DCA. So, you know, a person like myself, I got a couple BAT tokens. Maybe I get some more Bitcoin or maybe some ETH or something like that. You know, I swap out, you know, I earn some crypto here and there. So, you know, I'm able to buy with that crypto. But, you know, whether you're DCAing with fiat or with another coin, I'm saying, you know, collect the coins that you want to collect. And, you know, I don't know how to put it to you guys. And you guys already know it. I mean, my main thing is to collect bits. More bits. I like the altcoins. Don't get me wrong. I take stabs at altcoins. I have bags at altcoins. But, you know, my strategy is quite conservative. You know, we've definitely started off a little more risk-taking when we started into the game. And like I've said before, if you want to call yourself a cryptomaniac, you have to take risk at points, and you have to eventually step on a landmine and lose baggage, which we have. But since we've learned, it seems like the sound strategy is just keep accumulating those bits. While some other coins may go up more than Bitcoin, seems to me like Bitcoin's still here to stay. And I doubt that any of these coins in the market are actually decoupled from Bitcoin. Super happy with my DCA over the last 3 years. Haven't sold any. There you go. Imagine, guys, if you've done it like Niagara, you know, maybe every month or maybe every week, you average out. You buy a little here, buy a little there. It averages out, guys. And so far, I haven't seen anybody that has DC'd and lost. You know, there's more people that lose trying to swing trade or time the markets, day trading. But I don't see any losers DCAing. I'll tell you that much. I'm sure there's got to be someone out there that's lost, but, you know, I doubt it. All right, guys, I'll take a few more comments and questions. I'm going to keep this one really short. You know, so I'm going to keep it short unless you guys got some crazy topics to talk about. But, you know, as far as Bitcoin prices, crypto prices, you know, I'll keep it short. We'll get to the point. Usually that's how we cover it. 20, 30 minutes with the prices and the action, unless there's some big news and that we got to, you know, figure something out. But, you know, a day like today or yesterday, it's basically the same news. You know, we cover what's going on. And unless you guys have anything else to talk about, which is bigger picture, things that make you go, any Vatican vipers or anything like that. I know a lot of people didn't catch that Vatican video. I know Lady Plants did, but I never knew that building existed. There's the Pope Audience Hall. That's the only building that's partially inside the Vatican and outside. And it's a building that looks like no other building, and it's shaped like a snake, like a viper. Very disturbing, to say the least. And like I've said before, guys, I can criticize. I think that there's no creed or culture that's immune from criticism here. It's not. We don't target just the bagel or just the Jesuits. I mean, anybody can get criticism out here. If you're performing what seems to be something funny bunny with snakes and serpents or with bagels, we're gonna call you out. Giphy site has a stepping on land mine. I don't know what that is. Yeah, you can't share GIFs out there. It doesn't really work. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I went to show it, but then it said deleted. weekly buys 15 to 20% of my pay. Wow, that's aggressive, Niagara. You're doing, usually it's, 10% to the church. You're going 15 to 20%. Very aggressive. Nice. Yeah, that was some Count Dracula amphitheater. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a believer. I'm rooted in Christianity all day long. And, but, when it comes to some of the stuff out there in the Vatican's looking weird. Yeah, looking like Count Dracula out there. So, most of those videos end up getting expired and stuff. I only leave them for like 3 days. Maybe I'll leave some up or not, but we can revisit that. The Pope Audience Hall. It's definitely make you go, But yeah, I'll take a few more of those comments and questions. Make sure you catch the Justin Sun video talking about Warren Buffett. I think it's worth the listen, to tell you the truth. I mean, that definitely caught my attention. A young, whether you like him or not, he's booming. I mean, he started Tron. He got some Poloniex, so he's booming. He paid $4+ million for a dinner with Buffett or a lunch with Buffett. And you know how I feel about Buffett, a little overhyped. But, you got to at least pay attention to what he has to say. I have no other investments. Cryptos are my retirement fund. Yeah, shout out to you, Niagara. I like that. Talk about stuff on D-Live someday, says CryptoZilla. Yeah, we've been doing it. It's been a while since I've done one of those streams, but we've covered a few topics. Everything from the hippie movement in the Laurel Canyon. I don't know if you guys caught that one, but a lot of those hippies that surfaced in the Laurel Canyon back in California in those days during the 1960 counterculture movement. Like, for instance, Jim Morrison, which led the anti-war movement with music and hippie movement or whatever, the flower culture or whatever. His dad was the Navy officer in the Gulf of Tonkin. And you'll see a lot of these so-called musicians and, hippie movements, they were all somehow connected to military or industrial complex. So the conspiracy theory goes is that they were they were controlled opposition, basically. And, when you start to think about it, I've said this before with our Going Banana streams, it seems like art has been used to degrade the culture and the society to a certain extent. And I'm starting to see how the hippie movement could have served that purpose. So we can get into that too. And there's a good book by David McGowan. It's called, now I don't know the name of the book, but you may want to research David McGowan, Laurel Canyon for that information. And I think it also extends over to the hip hop culture a couple, decades after, with the prison industrial complex. But yeah, art and music and, culture is used to invert and subvert society. It's definitely social engineering, if you ask me. Lady Plants is dropping $100 a month on her DCA. I like that. That's good. That's basically my strategy. Every couple weeks or a month, and I'll throw down, whether it be $50, $100, $200. I try to do what I can. Music degrades culture 100%. Yeah, I mean, it also could uplift culture, but if you look at the things that are being promoted and the art that's being promoted, it's a lot of it is degenerate. There's a strategy to what I'm seeing. So you get like the powers that be will prop up an artist that's not talented. Okay. It's, it happens. It's happened even since the hippie culture. It's like the artists and musicians that are really not that talented. And then, they put them on a pedestal. So then people, they start idolizing that and they forget about the talents that it needs to be, they don't want to develop their talent anymore. It's like, when Cardi B, for instance, is one of the top rappers in the world, if you want to be a rapper, you want to start acting like Cardi B. You don't really want to sharpen your lyrics or, become a better artist. You just want to look like her. Or we can say, any other rapper or musician for that matter. Look at the alternative grunge music from the early 90s. Cool music that I like, for instance, like Nirvana. But those chords are like very simple. It's almost like childish to a certain extent. You know, compare that to Bach. You know what I mean? Yeah, ass shaking and lean drinking, these are idols to kids in 2020. Yeah. And I think it's been done since at least the 60s. And you know my theory, guys. We've been in the Matrix and under the New World Order since maybe even World War I. You can find people that break down the symbolism in music videos and you see patterns and makes you start feeling creepy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know, the champs worked in media for a while. And, you know, the more I see it, the more I even want anything to do with it, to tell you the truth. And, you know, these Grammys and Oscars, you start seeing how there are a lot of them are just occult rituals. So the powers that be, guys, they throw money at degenerate stuff. The powers that be will throw $1 million at a banana taped to a wall in order to confuse and invert the culture. There is no talent in taping a banana in the wall, but as soon as someone pays for it, now the layman, the masses, they flip out. They're like, oh my God, what's this? You know, maybe I should start doing a banana against the wall. So it gets you to act like an idiot. You know, just pay the idiots and then more people act like idiots. So you can't idolize money nor any of these. You can't have any idols, guys. You can find people that we already read that. Fooder Feed says, as if they could destroy Bitcoin right now, LOL. I'm not sure what you mean. Destroy Bitcoin and I'll still have my keys. Yeah, it's true. I mean, you know what I've said, though. You know, it's definitely unconfiscatable, but not unblacklistable. And certainly not fungible. Rafterman says, yeah, look at Britney Spears. It's not, yeah, it's not only just the you know, Britney Spears, but you can, I think, even go as far back as, you know, in the 60s with the hippies. I think it started there, if you ask me. So if you know, want to learn more about that idea, Laurel Canyon, David McGowan's book, I'm forgetting the name of the book. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. And you know, out there in Laurel Canyon, they got the, it's called Weird Scenes Inside the Laurel Canyon. This is the book, and you can catch, this is what I'm referring to. They have enough funds for a 51% of taxes, Fooder Feed. Maybe that, you know, I've said that before, you know, what good is the decentralization if the majority of the coins are owned by a few entities? Yeah, this is definitely not the channel that believes Bitcoin is going to save the world. But at the same time, you know, it's not the doom and gloom channel that says not to deal with Bitcoin because it could be 51% attacked. Guys, Bitcoin's here to stay, okay? You know, Santa Claus, Satoshi was a construct from the beginning. You know, it's here to stay. So, you know, you could sit here and worry about it, or you could ride the wave and win. But yeah, check out that book. You know, going back to how culture, art is used to subvert the culture. You know, not only from the Laurel Canyon and the hippies, but definitely the hip hop movement and all the crap you see nowadays. That's why it's important to turn it off. You know, most of these pop artists don't really have any talent. And I think that's part of the scheme, is to prop up artists with no talents. That, you know, that way you make degeneracy more in demand as opposed to talents. You know, we don't see that many people like Bach out there. Craig Wright is not your savior. You know it. Even Ripple's more decentralized. Now you're getting ahead of yourself, Fooder. Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself. I've never seen you in the box. You seem to not be adding anything of value. You're borderline, maybe even trolling. I don't know. But what's the point that you're trying to make? That Ripple's better than Bitcoin? If that's the point, you'll get sniped out the box. That's retarded. Okay? And we're not going to even argue with that. that Bitcoin has holes in its boat, and then it may not be what everybody expected to be. We've already gone there. So, tell us something we don't know. Give it a few more seconds for some comments and questions. Like I said, I'm going to keep this one short, but we're already 36 minutes in. Shout out once again to Rafterman for the $2 he dropped me. And follow the leader out here. If you're getting value, drop a couple ducats in the bucket. Indeed. What Cardi B won't save us? Stripper pole workers aren't in high regard. You know it. Yeah, there's a reason, that they try to glorify stripper poles and all that. There's a plan, guys. Come on. If you haven't figured it out, it's for a while now. It's not only in music, but also in Hollywood. And my theory is it started at least in World War I, or maybe definitely by World War II, we were already in the trajectory of a one world government. But we're already in it, guys. The Matrix is here. And, all that talk about Cardi B, I mean, I'm not even mad at her, shout out to her. She doesn't know what's going on. They throw her money, and, most people, when they receive that money, they're going to take it. They're going to run for, and they're going to do what they got to do. Jordan says, damn, you're still YouTubing. Been watching you since 2017. There you go. Yeah, I'm definitely still tubing. And you haven't been watching since 2017 if you're surprised that I'm still tubing. You started watching in 2017 and you just came back around and saw me now. So where you been? I don't know. Shout out to Jordan from Miami. Definitely. All right. Yeah, it is pretty obvious that Ripple's more decentralized. How many distinct entities would you need to coerce to control? Fooder, get out of here. Don't come with the Ripple shill. It's nobody believes that. Okay, nobody believes that, and I'm not even going to pay attention to you. So that's strike 2.5. I don't need to listen to that, and it's not true. And we're not going to even entertain that. It's straight up retarded. Okay, what you're saying. The transactions on Ripple can be frozen and they can be reversed, which can't happen on Bitcoin. And the block production with Ripple is not fixed. So please get out of here. You've already been sniped out by Rafterman. Yeah, come on. I'm going to be honest. Stripper pole chicks have really wonderful bodies, but dang, let's have some decency. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that... if you're going to be naked all the time, you probably are more conscious about how your body looks. And if you're twirling around on a pole, you probably have some strength. Jordan says, I'm all in VeChain and Link. Okay, yeah, I like Link. I don't know much about VeChain, but I've heard, people talking about it. Ripple Inc. owns Ripple. They control the keys and the dump supply whenever they want. I don't even think we need to respond to that guy. Listen, he criticized Bitcoin, and I understand the criticisms of Bitcoin. It may not be as centralized or decentralized as some people expect it to be when only a certain amount of entities own the coins. That's a valid argument. And, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. I don't want to hear negative criticisms about Bitcoin, but I will if they're true. But don't come here and use that as a bridge to start shilling Ripple. Okay. And that being said, Ripple may even go up in price. I don't think that Ripple's going to die or anything like that, but don't tell me, please. Okay. I'm Satoshi's big cousin. Don't tell me that Ripple's more decentralized than Bitcoin. Like, seriously, go to another channel that's like with little baby bear cubs and small fries, guys. You're talking about the Bitcoin maniacs out here, the crypto maniacs. This guy's never been in the box before. And then he wants to try to he probably got into crypto last week. Ripple and all of those centralized coins are worth zero. Listen, I'm not even being that critical. I'm like, they may go up, they may go down, but just don't even tell me that it's like, superior to Bitcoin as far as decentralization. Like, come on, that's like crypto 101. Like, obviously that guy hasn't even been in the crypto space. We don't need him here. Food or feed. You've been hidden by Rafterman. You're probably on timeout, and you should be glad, because if it was up to me, I'd ban you for life. I don't need any small fries here in the box. Look at what happened to IOTA. I own some, but at the right price, we'll sell all. How can you call it a crypto when they pun down the main net? That's a shitty centralized database like Ripple. I know. I think we know that right now, Lucian. I mean, I've been saying that for a while, you know. So, and listen, I'm not even against criticizing Bitcoin. I say it all the time. Satoshi Santa Claus, probably created by the deep state. It's a surveillance coin. I've said it a million times, but it's here to stay. It's going to boom. Okay, and it's better than Ripple. Please, come on, guys. Rafterman, he said he's gone. Yeah, I know. I saw you snipe him out. Yeah, we got to give him a second to talk. Listen, I don't want to just silence everybody that doesn't agree with us. But, you know, if you're out here saying like things that are basically infantile to us here in the crypto space, I don't want to waste my time. Lady Plant's like, hold up, is he married? Don't run him off. Now, you don't need that guy, Lady Plants. You don't need someone that believes in Ripple over Bitcoin. That's a loser. Champagne, Father Champagne doesn't co-sign it. But yeah, I appreciate Raptorman catching my back. Raptorman's got less of patience than I do. Raptorman ain't have patience for you guys. He's like, you know, I'm sniping him out the box. I usually give him a couple more comments. Yeah, we've learned our lessons with decentralized coins, guys. I mean, you can get in them or not. I'm not saying Ripple's not going to move. I mean, like, someone's going to make money off Ripple. But you could look at it simply for what it is, a centralized database, a glorified database. And you're dealing with a centralized company. It is what it is, okay? I mean, you can go buy stock in Tesla. That's a centralized company. Maybe it moves, maybe it doesn't. But please, don't come here and, you know, try to argue with me. Some people like go in and they start arguing, but then they give all the counterpoints. Like, we've been far. It's like, I'm not here to argue with someone over Ripple. Please, come on. Yeah, guys, follow me on dlive.tv. I know I keep saying I'm going to do a new stream out there. And sometimes I just do surprise broadcasts. And I know Lady Plants caught a few of them, and JoJo's stopped by. Sometimes I'll just do like a surprise broadcast. I did one last week, or maybe this week. You know, definitely once or twice a week I'll do like a surprise. And most of the times I'll let you guys know when I go over there. But it's always a pleasure, you know, to watch people come from YouTube to another platform. We still haven't hit those 200 followers over there on DLive like we would like to, so we can unlock some features. But regardless, with about 100 followers we got over there, it's always good, because we get maybe about 10 viewers. Well, we get 16 over here. I mean, again, follow me over there, guys. And I'll continue to post here on YouTube until they kick us off. One day, I think that our time is not going to be forever here on YouTube. That's obvious. So I'm glad we got the Steam back up, or the Steam and the DLive. On that note, I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of my day. I got plenty of things to do, and I'm resting my arm. Yesterday they did at my therapy, because it's it's a gym, and also they do the stretching and the massaging and stuff. They did cupping. I'm not sure if you ever done the cups, but I got a bunch of bruises on my back right now. I'm looking like Michael Phelps when he did cupping. So if you don't know what it is, it's these glass cups. They're like suction cups that they put on your back, and they leave them there for a few minutes. And it's supposed to draw the blood to the affected area. And it leaves you with a bunch of bruises. So it's basically like major hickeys. You're getting these cups that give you like big hickeys. So I got a bunch of purple circles on my back right now. Doesn't really hurt. It felt a little odd. I've never done it before. But it definitely was less painful than the scraping. I don't know if you guys know about that. But a few weeks ago, they were scraping my scar tissue. What I'm talking about, guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I recently got a shoulder surgery in December. They put 7 screws on my shoulder to repair a torn labrum. And since then, I've been nursing it, doing therapy, doing rehab every, not every day, but every other day, basically. And, yeah, that's what it is. No pics. Nah, I don't have any pics, but maybe I can show it. It's on my back. It's just, a bunch of, let me see if I can show you like a comparable pic so you guys know what I'm talking about. Not me, but, cupping therapy, maybe. Yeah, so this is pretty much so this is what I did, guys. So you see they put these cups on you, on your back, suction cups, and it sucks and it basically gives you a hickey. And when they take them off, you're left with, so this is basically how my back looks right now with these bruises. It really doesn't hurt. So the idea here is that you're drawing blood to the affected area. I didn't bleed like this or anything. But yeah, that's basically what I did. I didn't do it with the fire. Some people would do it with the fire or whatnot. I think that's more for like people that do acupuncture. But you could see it's something that I think Michael Phelps make it more popular. You could see that he did the cupping. This is when he won the Olympics. Yeah, that's basically what was done. So I did this yesterday after my therapy. I'm in the therapy. So like I said, the therapy is like a gym. They have all the gym equipment, and then they also have massage tables or whatnot, and they stretch you. They work on your scar tissue, and they can do, different types of therapy. So that's what I've been doing, guys, keeping you updated. Some people are, like to hear about that, and I certainly do. I like wellness. I like physical therapy, anything that has to do with working out and helping people. I like that. Black and Brown just learned of the Mexicans in Mexico who call themselves black. Amazing what they keep from us. I don't know exactly what you're alluding to, but I know of Mexicans that they call themselves black too. It's some people in the Latino Hispanic culture that they can refer to themselves as black, and they may not be as black as some other people in Africa or whatnot, but they still call each other like they call each other negro, which is black. So, I know that's a whole nother tangent, but yeah, there's all kinds of stuff out there. But again, I don't even, I know we touched upon this. I don't even focus on race, guys. It's not, black, brown, white, Asian. It's like, it's as long as you're believing in the good Lord, and if you're following the logos, you're good. Now if you're following the Talmud and you think that everybody's a cow, cattle, sheeple, then I'm probably going to feel some type of way about that. But other than that, I'm all right. Southside, look up William Sanchez. Okay. He's a whole black man. Okay. My brother did that to me in a few places with the hover when I was a kid. Did not feel like therapy. All right. And CryptoZilla said he's worn a cup before. Yeah, so have I when I played ball. But this one, these cups here. Interesting, though, this cupping thing. Let me know if you guys have done it. Do I feel like I got any benefits from it? I can't say that I've experienced any benefits yet. So I don't know. Do you need a license to cup people? Probably need like a massage. Or does this fall under massage licensing? Did I show it to you? Did I share my screen? Yeah, let me make sure I shared the screen. This is what I did. I did. On that note, guys, I'm out of here. Shout out to Lady Plants, Southside Playa, CryptoZilla, and all the pumpers out there. Let's see if we see 10,300 by the end of by the weekend, like that article says. I don't know. And I think ETH is undervalued. Keep it at 1,000. Let's take one more look at what I think are undervalued, because when it comes to a discrepancy between all-time high and current price, go to all-time high coin index And again, you know, something like coins like these blue chip coins, Ether, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, EOS. I would say Cardano, but they don't have a working product. Monero, Stellar, Tron. So, I mean, really out of that list, really Bitcoin Cash and ETH. Because those coins, you know, are big blue chippers. You know, you can't deny they're top 5 coins. And maybe even Litecoin. I may have to consider throwing something like this in our portfolio. I'm going to leave it at that so you guys can marinate on that. Think about those perhaps undervalued blue chippers. And if anything, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Stay strong out there. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne. Thanks for tuning in.